Hi, I'm Mohit, and welcome to another episode of Full Stack Conversations. Okay, Varun, today we'll keep it very light.
Okay, let's keep it light.
I want to know, should you always start up?
That's quite interesting. That's quite interesting. I think it all start. Let's do it this way. Before leaping into what startup is, let's take a step back. Understand what is the Indian psyche of a startup. Now, Indian psyche of a startup is that in case you don't get a job, you become your own boss, and you start a startup. So ideally, it does not or should not happen that way. Ideally, a startup is a different ecosystem. It is not that you're not getting a job, that you should start a startup. I would say lots of people actually plunged into startup because they were not able to get a job. However, now the situation has changed. Why? Because the job market is now throwing up numbers, salary packages, which is as huge as maybe people not earning the same amount in entrepreneurship or startups. So I feel that the opportunity cost of you getting a job and then leaving that job and doing your own startup has now made entrepreneurship or startups even very difficult.
Yeah.
So when you compare these two things, now the plunge from becoming a job seeker to a job giver has actually become more difficult.
Yeah.
But I would say that of late, in the last few years, we've seen lots of startups becoming unicorns. India producing some of the best. Paytm, for example, become a global unicorn. Paytm, I think, has now operations in Canada as well. So the Indian ecosystem is now catching up with the job system as well. So should you start up or not? I think, it's always amazing to get into a 24-hour job, so as to speak. So I would say I'm slightly biased towards entrepreneurship. So you should always start up, in my thoughts. Your thoughts?
Even I'm slightly biased towards entrepreneurship because in my entire career, the number of months that I have done or I've been at a job is 7 months. And that's it. But here's how I think when I think about work. So when I think about work, there's a lot that can be done. But
Correct.
But eventually you start to learn how to qualify something as work or how to qualify something as hobby.
Absolutely.
And how to qualify something as waste of time.
Correct.
So how I qualify something as productive work is if I can say yes to these three questions that I usually ask everything that I do, before everything I do.
Yes.
Which is, number one, I ask, is this thing that I'm about to do easy enough for me to do? Like, can I do it? Am I capable of doing it? Number two, is this thing difficult enough for anybody else to do it?
Wow, that's a very nice thought.
Because otherwise everybody would be doing it.
Exactly.
And third
Wow.
is, has its time has come? Like,
Yes.
I can do so many
Timing,
different
yes,
things,
that's
but
very
if I'm
important.
doing it at the wrong time, it's a bad problem. And I think all of these three things apply both at job and both at startup. For example,
Correct.
if you are a very good developer or if you're a very good CA or a very good lawyer, you would be working for a firm or you would be working for a company where the thing that you're working on is easy for you, is difficult for others, and whose time has come.
Correct.
And I think when you encounter a problem which is bigger than what this company is solving, or when you encounter or when you stumble upon a problem or an opportunity where you see, hey, like this opportunity nobody is talking about, but this is something that I can do.
Yes.
Nobody else is doing it. Its
Yes.
time has come. Then I think you should definitely start up.
Wow, that's quite interesting. Quite interesting. Now, I feel that there's also this wrong notion that startups should be started only by 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds. That's not the case.
Yeah.
Rather, if you are into job and you've made sufficient money, after that also you have sufficient capital to start and you've seen the best practices of the industry.
Yeah.
You can pick up those best practices and then apply it to a young firm. Start with young people, train them, teach them how the processes run. Now they will be able to do things faster, more efficient, in a more process-oriented manner than the bigger company. So
Yes.
that's how it runs.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. So I think it depends. Final answer is it depends. But I think eventually, at least I am a little biased towards entrepreneurship. So I tell everybody, whoever is confused, that try to seek problems which are bigger than yourself. Because as I think, how I think is, I don't just want to make money. I want to make something that makes me money.
Wow, wow, that's a big one. That's a big one. So I would say, let's conclude it in this manner, that in case you are willing to not think only one dimensional, even though jobs today are not one dimensional, but still, in case you're not a person who thinks one-dimensional, in case you're a multitasker,
Yeah.
in case you're able to or want to actually broaden your horizon, in case you understand and love your work,
Yeah.
in case you find an idea which you think can challenge you day in and day out, and that idea then does not let you sleep. That is the idea that you've got to work at alone, start off alone. You don't need anyone else.
Yes.
Then people keep on adding to your
Yes.
idea. You convince more and more people.
Yes.
So that passion then converts into a startup,
Yes.
and then startup grows and grows.
Yes.
That's how big tangible businesses are built.
Absolutely. And that passion should not show just in your words, but your actions will show it to the world.
Exactly. You don't need to sort
Yes.
of expressly tell that I'm passionate about this thing. It will just come out.
Yes.
It will just come out.
Yes, absolutely. It'll
So I
show
think-
everything you do.
Exactly. So good
Yes.
thoughts. Thank you so much for your startup thoughts. And this is Full Stack Conversations. Do like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye. Yeah, easy. बहुत easy. Like